Shalom, shalom and welcome. Welcome to End Time Reflections, a series of messages, podcasts, designed to introduce you to the realities of end times. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah, and this is the 9th installment of End Time Reflections. I pray that your day has started well or is going well. Truly, for such a time as this, many desire to escape the mindset of uncertainty and identify what really is expected of them. Some are still asleep. Many are in disbelief or unbelief. But before I continue, let me state this. The views expressed in these podcasts do not necessarily reflect the views of the owners, management, and or shareholders of this media platform that you are listening to this podcast. Now I say to you again, shalom. I want to present a series of questions to you that I think are important for such a time as this. Do you believe we have entered into end times? Do you believe there will be a final exodus? Do you believe there will be massive deaths and widespread destruction as written in the scriptures? Do you believe the scriptures, when made alive, brings life and instructions to us? Can you find me any scriptures that say, do not tell people of massive destruction or death because it might cause a panic? I've heard leaders, preachers and teachers and evangelists and different ones say, well, I'm not going to tell people all the details. They might cause a panic. Do you believe the Almighty Father Yahuah warns his children and instructs them on how to move during end time prophecy fulfillment? Do you believe the Spirit of Yahuah, sent in Yahusha's name as the scriptures mention, works in us and through us one towards another? Are there watchmen among us? If so, have you discovered their identities? Do you know them? Have you vetted them? Do you know how to vet and examine individuals to determine if he or she is indeed a brother or a sister? Have you made any attempt to examine and vet? Or have you jumped into fellowships and groups and assemblies without questioning a person's position of belief? Do you know what true discernment means? It is when the Spirit of Yahuah, sent in Yahusha's name, reveals and makes known. Yashar'al, set apart Yashar'al. Let me now read the following. Luke 17:26 and 27 reads, And as it came to be in the days of Noah, so also shall it be in the days of the son of Adam. They were eating, they were drinking, they were marrying, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah went into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. He goes on to say in the 28th and 29th verse, And likewise as it came to be in the days of Lot, they were eating, they were drinking, they were buying, they were selling, they were planting, they were building. But on the day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and sulfur from heaven and destroyed all. My brothers and sisters, there are warnings going forward. There are watchmen among us. There are instructions that are going forward, directing your attention to the Spirit of the Almighty Father to discern what must and will come to be and what is expected. Let me now read 1 Samuel 15:22. It says, Then Samuel said, Does Yahuah delight in ascending offering and slaughterings, as in obeying the voice of Yahuah? Look, to obey is better than a slaughtering. To heed is better than fat rams. I want to also bring your attention to Hebrews 13:17. It reads, Obey them that have rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. So there are people watching over your souls. There are people that the Almighty Father has chosen and revealed things to. They provide warnings and instructions. They provide living instructions and directions. Who among us is able to discern those being used by the Almighty Father? And I want you to read Ezekiel 33rd chapter. It speaks of when the Almighty Father revealed things to you, how we are to warn a brother, a sister, brothers and sisters, warn a set-apart nation, lest something should happen, then the blood is on us. Then we will suffer for not managing the responsibility of warning our brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters, it has now been nearly a decade that I have consistently warned on how habitable places will roll up like a scroll. In other words, places where people are living will get to the point where they become unlivable. I am compelled to believe that there will be forced migrations in mass numbers as the Almighty Father Yahuah draws his children back to the promised land. I have spoken of forced movement, forced migrations on many occasions, and will continue to blow the shofar, so to speak, to make a noise, to equip Yashar'al with instructions on what must and will come to be. I have even produced a series of messages, warnings, and instructions regarding movement on YouTube and other platforms. One specific series is entitled The Closing Scroll. Yashar'al. I have identified the exit region for the Western Hemisphere regarding the final Exodus. I have given instructions on what you should do if you're in another country outside the Western Hemisphere to consider migrating towards the outermost border of that country that points to the Promised Land. I have spoken and will continue to speak on how to prepare for the great Exodus and how to discern what is expected of you. Yes, there's a lot of I's being mentioned. And I want to say, it is by the revealing of the Spirit of the Almighty Father Yahuah, sent in Yahusha's name, that I am able to see these things and mention these things. I speak these things with confidence, O Yashar'al. Seek to discern whether my words are true. Beware, O Yashar'al. I have witnessed mores, teachers, evangelists, and other leaders mention the following words in or something similar. Like, I am not telling everyone or anyone where to go. It may cause a panic. I say to you, O Yashar'al, are there any scriptures that say don't warn a brother or sister because it might cause people to panic? If so, correct me and direct me and show me. I've heard teachers, mores, pastors, and evangelists say, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. It's on you. Where is there such an example found in scriptures of people behaving like this when they have been given a revelation of what's to come, things that are not seen yet, but they say that they are coming, but they're not telling you or telling you what to do, or even at the very least telling you to seek the Most High to discern what instructions that he has for you and for Yashar'al. I've seen different ones say, I'm a seer, I'm a watchman, I'm a prophet. I've even witnessed people say the Lord told me, or Yah told me, or the Most High told me, but yet they only tell you what they and many others already see. Have we begun to identify those who proclaim Abba Yahuah's judgment in time for Yashar'al to experience true deliverance? As I stated, this segment is about deliverance requires obedience. Are any of our leaders instructing warnings, providing instructions and warnings? Are they demonstrating the need to move? As I stated, for nearly a decade, I took my family from a location and practiced what I preached. For I believe that the Almighty Father directed my footsteps to move towards the eastern coast of the United States as it relates to the Western Hemisphere warning that I am providing. Are our leaders presenting words of belief, or are they only echoing what they see? Are they still caught up in types and shadows, or have they recognized that the hand of Yahuah is executing his promises of discipline, vengeance, and wrath? Read Hebrews 11th chapter and ask yourself, are we seeing words of belief being demonstrated regarding the realities of end times, regarding mass movement, regarding the gathering of the saints of the Almighty Father? Are we witnessing instructions to this matter? My brothers and sisters, there are those who speak of end times and see severe conditions, but yet I have not witnessed messages of mass migration in or movement. There are those among you who have heard these messages and failed to tell them to their loved ones. And now we're witnessing some lose loved ones, witnessing friends and loved ones lose their homes to destruction, witnessing death. I'm not making light of people dying, my brothers and sisters. But I say to you, it will get intense and more humbling than ever imagined. End times are here. Consider strongly, if you are west of the Mississippi, consider Mississippi River in the Western Hemisphere, consider moving towards the east. I strongly encourage all who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. I strongly encourage you to discern when to move and begin movement. For nearly a decade, do you think that's enough time to warn someone to begin moving? I continue to echo the warnings. I continue to state that I believe the Commonwealth of Virginia, the state of Virginia, will indeed be the exit point for Yashar'al that will be gathered and journey back to the promised land. There will be chosen leaders that will rise up. I believe the two witnesses of Revelation, we will see them emerge. And I believe there will be leaders that will state to the world governments, let the people of the set-apart children of Yahuah go back to the promised land, acknowledge them and release them, and aid them in returning. Pray and watch. Soon there will be some things that will occur that will be able to be attached or connected to a messenger or messengers sent by the Almighty Father. We will witness prophets and leaders rise up in the gathering of Yashar'al, the 144,000 mentioned in Revelation 7 chapter, along with a great multitude of many nations, kindreds, and tongues. Yes, many nations, kindreds, and tongues. Between black and white and in between, those seeking to do the will of the Almighty Father, we will find and discover that it will be a massive exodus, O Yashar'al. But when you compare it to the world population, it will only be a remnant. Rise up, O set-apart family. Begin asking questions. Begin discerning the watchmen among us and seek to discern what is expected of you, what is expected of us. Things will get worse before the physical return of Yahusha HaMashiach. We are witnessing end times unfold, and soon each of us will agree these are the most extreme humbling of times. Be encouraged, my brothers and sisters. This plan belongs to the Almighty Father Yahuah. It is real, and it is unfolding as I speak. Begin discussing. Begin seeking to discern what must be done. Behold, the hand of Yahuah is fulfilling his promises regarding discipline, vengeance, and wrath, regarding his children. I speak to you, O Yashar'al. Choose your position wisely. On that note, stay tuned, my brothers and sisters. There is so much more to come. I pray that you grow to discern and respond correctly to the drawing power of Abba Yahuah in Yahusha's name. Remember, O Yashar'al, remember, O listener to these words. Deliverance requires obedience. Are you prepared to discern and obey the words of the Almighty Father? Are you prepared to listen? Are you prepared to move? Have you begun moving towards the exit points? Yashar'al, O Yashar'al, I cannot state enough. There is so much ahead of us. There is so much work to be done. Know this. In order to successfully complete the tasks that are coming before us, and for anyone to successfully complete the task given by the Almighty Father, we must remember in our hunger for deliverance as end times wrap up, it does and will require obedience. On that note, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned. There is much more to come. Shalom.